Welcome to my 5 different day trips from Athens. We start with Nafplio. This is about 90 minutes drive from Athens, or you can get a bus from Kifissos or an organised tour. There are many in the summer and the winter as it's hugely popular with the Greeks from Athens. This is one to visit if you like beautiful architecture and unique boutique shopping and fantastic restaurants. You can see the Venetian architecture, the Italian piazzas, and this is down to the history of the city. The city was a Venetian city, then a Turkish city, and now a Greek city, and that is represented in its architecture. It was the first capital of Greece. This mosque was the first parliament of Greece, and it's one for the romantics. You can see the Burzi in the harbour, the beautiful sunsets, the amazing boats that come in the summer, and the nightlife that you can experience down by the harbour. For those who like history, Nafplio has it in buckets, but it also has this Italian-esque feel about it, this relaxed atmosphere that is just amazing for a day or even longer if you wish. There are many hotels here, many small pensions here, and you can spend 600 euros a night or you can spend 30 euros a night. The choice is yours, but it is my first recommendation as a day trip from Athens, and it's well worth it. My second recommendation is to the island of Hydra, about 90 minutes on the ferry from Athens. You can go to Piraeus. In the summer there are 5 ferries a day. There are less in the winter, but it's another popular day trip for Athenians, so there are ferries all year round. You can see this is a vibrant and a busy island. It has a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain quality about it that sets it apart from many other islands. It is expensive, it is unique, and it has a 50s vibe to it. It was made popular in the 1950s by Sophia Loren, who starred in the first film made in Greece here by Hollywood, Boy on a Dolphin, and then the likes of Joan Collins and Leonard Cohen set up houses here. There are no cars on Hydra, and it's very steep, as you can see. This is one that if you have children, you need to be aware of. You can't bring pushchairs and so on, but the donkeys take you everywhere, and the views from the heights are amazing. Again, there are many hotels on the island, and if you wish to stay here, you can do so, but it's more expensive. Even a donkey trip up to the hotel with your luggage costs 20 euros. But there are cheaper shops as well down by the harbour front. Not everything is hugely expensive, but this is a cafe society. This is a place that comes to life at night around the harbour, where you can have exquisite food and amazing cocktails. But if you want a more relaxed life, there are some beaches on Hydra. The views as you move away from the town are amazing, but the beaches here are rocky, little outcrops, if you like, that have been adapted for the sun seekers. But if you move further away from Hydra town, you can get a ferry or a water taxi or a bike or even hike. There are some amazing beaches, and the boats come into these beaches, and it just looks beautiful all the time. It's perfect in that respect for children and adults. The children can jump off the rocks, and the adults can sit in the bars and restaurants and enjoy the ambience of the place, the beauty of Hydra itself. The Aegean laid out before you, and the amazing museums and sites of Hydra. This is an island for those who wish to relive the heyday and sophistication of the 1950s and 60s and just enjoy good food and wine all day. The furthest of my recommended day trips from Athens is Kalamata Town, about 2.5 hours drive from Athens, or about 3 hours on a coach from Kifissos in Athens. And this is the Kalamata that is famous for the olives, but also famous for being the seat of the revolution in Greece in 1821. As I said, olives. You can see here a monument of the olive pressing, but this is one where you come if you want to go shopping. If you're a little bit bored of Athens, you want a day out, come to Kalamata for mainstream shopping, for some bars. And Kalamata is really split into 4 areas. You have the new town, which was built after the old town was destroyed by the earthquake. Then you have what is left of the old town, which is beautiful and quaint. It comes to life at night, really. So if you have a chance to do an overnight trip here, I would recommend it. Stay either in the old town itself or down by the beach, because Kalamata is also a beach town. But the old town has character and life. It's also a university town, so if you come outside the summer, it will be full of students. The church here was destroyed by the earthquake of 1986, but rebuilt because it is the site at which Greek independence war was declared. And as with all Greek churches, it's beautiful and tranquil inside, but surrounded by character, cafes, tourist shops, and up on the hill, if you wish to venture up there, is a small castle. In the afternoon heat of a summer's day, Kalamata will be quiet, and it's the perfect place to sit in a shady cafe, have a beer or a coffee, and just watch the world go past. Perhaps a little late lunch. There are so many cafes both in the old town and here in the new town. Piazzas which are just built for people to relax. And then as you walk down to the seafront, you come across the old train park, which has been reimagined, shall we say, after the train line was shut in the crisis of 2010, and the old trains are still here. They're amazing. If you like engineering, or if you have an interest in steam trains and old trains of the 1950s, it's well worth just walking through this park on your way down to the seafront and having a look at the trains themselves. There's a food festival here this evening, and the character, again, is amazing. And here we are down at the seafront. There's a beach, and there's also a marina here. The beach is up by the mountain, and the marina is down at the other end. And there are some beautiful restaurants down at the marina, particularly in the evening for dinner, should you wish. The fourth of my recommendations is Paralio Astros, and this is a beach town, about 1¾ hours drive from Athens, and it's a beautiful drive along the coast from Athens. Or if you wish, you get the bus from Kifissos again. It takes about 2½ hours, but there are 3 a day in the summer. And this is an authentic Greek beach town. This is where the Greeks come from Athens, from Tripoli and the surrounding areas, to enjoy beach life for a day or a weekend if they haven't gone to the islands. And it's well worth a visit. It's an old fishing village that has been repurposed over the years into this fabulous, relaxed beach venue. You can sit on the beach, you can sit in the tavernas by the harbour, you can use the little rocky beaches which exist as well. And in the evening, as with many towns at the Greek theatre, Saturdays, Sundays, you have little shows. And it's like something out of Mamma Mia. This little church here is one of 4 in the town. And at night, the town gains a different character. Again, one for the romantics with the sunset, but you can have very cheap souvlaki if you wish, or you can eat more expensively down at the harbour. But again, this is not Athens prices. This is somewhere you can come and enjoy a whole day on a very, very small budget. It's a town which just has a very relaxed vibe, a very relaxed feel to it, and a deep contrast from perhaps what you see in Athens. You can sit at night and enjoy a long drink by the harbour. The lights give the whole town a different character. And should you wish to do a little bit of shopping, there is a little bit of shopping available, but it's not like the previous recommendations of Kalamata or Nafplio. But I would recommend this as a different Greek place. My final recommendation is a day trip to the island of Spetses. This is about 2½ hours on the ferry from Piraeus in Athens. Again, in the summer there are 5 or 6 ferries a day. In the winter it's a little bit quieter, but you can still come here again. It's a place the Athenians come for a day or a weekend. And this, in contrast to Hydra, is a much more relaxed island. It's bigger, it has more space. Spetses town, the only town on the island, is much more calm in its nature, and it has beaches, it has tavernas. In a way, it's a little bit like Paralio Astros that we just looked at, but on an island. It's a place the Greeks will come to enjoy, and the tourists themselves as well. There are many little activities for a day or two here. You can cycle, you can hike, you can take the horses and carts, you can use the beaches, you can sightsee, and just walking around Spetses town itself, you can see it's full of character, full of life, full of things to see. And I would highly recommend that if you have a chance and you want something a little bit quieter to, let's say, Hydra, where you have the sophistication and the beautiful 1960s sophistication, then Spetses is for you. Spetses is for the older backpacker who doesn't want to backpack but just wants to relax and chill and enjoy themselves for a day. It's very easy to visit any of these places should you wish from Athens, and I would highly recommend them all. They all have different character. They have been picked not because necessarily they're the obvious ones, but because they're places I think that if you wish to go somewhere different from Athens, it's worth considering. So I hope you've enjoyed my 5 recommendations of day trips from Athens. Please, if you like this, look at my other videos. Please subscribe. Please like this video. And I hope that I will see you enjoying more of my videos in the future. Thank you very much.